I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 lunch. Long as I got stuff from most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my tuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart.
What? I'm filming the ceiling and shit. Had to fix it, bro. Goddamn, guys.
Golly. Alright, man. We're here, bro. We're here. Yeah, we're here, man. Tonight, man, we got AEW All Out to talk about with you guys. So the situation at hand is pretty interesting because obviously we came on here Friday and we told you guys that we weren't going to the show this year because we wanted to go to Survivor Series and mainly because the card just didn't really look that good. Well, my pops, shout out to him, you guys know him, he's always in chat, pulled some strings for us and he got us some tickets that were
really good.
Really fucking good, man. They were really fucking good. So we were able to get some tickets, and we were just able to enjoy some wrestling, bro. Some wrestling. Yeah, we were able to enjoy some wrestling. Yeah, for close to nothing. So, yeah, man. It was very enjoyable. I will say, I think this show came off a lot better if you were there.
Yep, definitely.
Which we were. We had floor seats, which were very good.
They were.
And the atmosphere was nuts, bro. The atmosphere was nuts. We had multiple people walk past us, like literally right fucking past us. Like Thunder Rosa walked past us like 4 fucking times throughout the night. Jim Ross walked past us a couple times. Taz walked past us. Will Washington walked past us.
Dax and Cash, they actually walked past us.
Yeah, Dax and Cash walked past us. Yeah, it was very enjoyable, man. It was very enjoyable. As for an AEW standard pay-per-view,
it's tough. Oh, damn.
Yeah, we were looking. So, for Survivor Series, we were looking at some tickets that are 100 section. They're limited view, but they're not really limited view. They're okay. We were looking at a package for SmackDown and Survivor Series. So if you go to just Survivor Series, the tickets we were looking at were around like $230 around there. But for an extra $20, you can get the 2-day pass, like $250-ish. You can get the fucking pass to SmackDown and Survivor Series. So pretty cool. So we'll probably end up doing that, if anything. So we'll probably be at SmackDown and Survivor Series. But let me know, bro. Let me know if that's something you want to do. We would obviously love to
have you.
Kick it. So, yeah. So the experience being there was really cool. It was really cool having floor seats and being like down in the midst of everything.
Damn. Ooh. Oh.
Shit. So, yeah, that's rough.
Ain't looking good.
No. Yeah, so yeah, man, that is the so the show, man, I will tell you, being there probably saved the experience of All Out.
Oh yeah.
Cuz this was a show, man, you know, there was no hype going into it. It was a 1-week build, so I don't know how this would have came off on television. According to Logan, and a lot of people, I've been saying it didn't really do it for them. A lot of people were saying this was AEW's best pay-per-view of the year, like they didn't just watch the fucking show last weekend.
Which is way better than this one. I hate to break it to you guys.
Yeah, for sure. But man, like the experience again, man. Shout out to my dad for pulling some strings and getting your boys in there, man, because it really was an awesome night. So I think my pops for that. Like I said, man, being there saved the experience of All Out. It really did. Because, yeah, I was not excited for this show. The card looked horrible. Man. And, yeah, so... But yeah, man. As for the matches itself, there was a lot of goodies. On here. There was... from what I can remember... Maybe just one match on the main show that I was completely just taken out for. I mean, it was just a bore fest. But personally, two There was there was two matches on this card. I forgot about the other one. There was two matches on this show that I thought was just a complete bore. To be honest, and just useless to be on the show. You're seeing people say that All Out was better than All In.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of the AEW marks are saying it.
I'll tell you what, bro. You can put anything in front of AEW fans.
They'll love it.
And they'll eat that shit up, bro. They were eating up the Dark Order tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Like these guys haven't been dead for the past 4 years. You can literally put anything in front of diehard AEW fans. The section we sat in was absolutely hilarious. There was a bunch of bickering going on between people, and it was a fucking show within a show.
It was a blast, man. It was hilarious, dude. Half time I wasn't even paying attention to the show. I was paying attention to the fucking drama unfolding in front of me.
Oh my god, yeah. There's people yelling at each other, people calling each other racist, people fucking just
getting mad as shit.
Fucking weirdos. Oh man, it was it was a show within a show for sure.
Oh, truly, man, truly. So thank you to Johnny's dad for that. That was really awesome,
dude. Yeah.
And yeah, it was really fun, man. But definitely, if we did not go, that shit would have been a snooze fest. 1,000,000% would have been a fucking snooze fest.
Mm-hmm.
But we were there, and it was a really awesome experience.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, when Thunder Rosa, walked past, I completely geeked out. I'm not one of those, in situations like that, I'm very, shy. When I see, wrestlers and stuff, I remember when we seen Bronson Reed in Target, I just gave him the most, yo, Bronson Reed. I probably sound like a fucking idiot, but, there was people stopping and, running up to her and asking her for pictures and stuff. Not that kind of guy.
No, I think that's lame.
Yeah, I'd just rather leave her alone. I just kind of let her go about her business. But it was nice to see her. So she walked past us a couple times. She was just walking around.
Yeah, just doing shit, I guess.
Yeah, she was just walking around in the crowd. Oh, we seen Amanda Huber too.
We did.
Amanda Huber walked past us a couple times.
Sean Dean a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think Will Washington brought his son out there at the end or something.
Yeah, I think he did. It was something like that.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people that walked past us, and we were right on the edge of our section to where one of our buddies that we go to the show with, they were literally shoulder to shoulder with him.
Yeah, literally, it's crazy.
The swinging camera was literally dangling right above our head.
Literally.
Had that thing have fallen, we would have been the guys to get the bag.
I would say we would have been getting so much Tony Khan money. It would be insane. Call me Adam Cole.
Yeah, I would have definitely taken CM Punk's salary. Speaking of CM Punk, so the last time we talked to you guys,
he was employed. Technically.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were the tag team champions. We weren't going to All Out. And CM Punk was employed. Well, Saturday, around 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, around there, I get a text from my great friend, Mr. Logan. You guys know Logan. Love Logan. So I get a text from Logan, and it's a picture of this article that I thought was bullshit. And I'm reading it, and I'm like, I think this is fake. I was like, I think this is fake. So I go on Twitter, I search up Tony Khan on Twitter, click it, and I see nothing. So I was like, oh, okay, this is fake. So then I type in All Elite Wrestling, and there it is, bold in my fucking face. CM Punk, Phil Brooks, contract terminated.
Damn.
What were your thoughts and how did you find out, man?
Well, we were at the same place when we found out, man. We were at the unfun job.
We were.
I was just doing my thing, normal shit. And then on my personal phone, with the work phone starts ringing, and it's from this man. So I pick up. I'm thinking, it's just some work related, and he just tells me, He's like, did you see it? I was like, no, I ain't see it. I ain't check my phone. CM Punk was fired. And I look at my phone and CM Punk was fired. And then we found out, man. And it's insane, man. It's insane what all this came to, man. And I didn't think Tony Khan was going to do it. I really didn't.
Yeah. I gained a lot of respect for Tony Khan within the past 48 hours. I gotta be completely honest. Excuse me, to have the balls to go on national television and address the situation and nip it in the bud right there. I think if he wouldn't have done that, by the way, he didn't come out at all to see us.
No, he didn't. Oh, yeah, he didn't.
Not once. Not before the show.
Not after.
Not after. Nothing. He didn't come out not once. And I think I know why. And I think a lot of you guys know why, too. To have the balls to go on national television and address the situation in a professional manner and, again, nip it in the bud, I think he stopped at least All Out, and from what I've seen, a good chunk of Collision from being completely hijacked.
Exactly.
They didn't dance around the problem. They didn't not mention it and act like the guy was never employed there. It's a real situation.
He got fired.
He got fired. They went out there and they addressed the real situation. That was a lot of that was a huge black eye to the company, was the whole CM Punk situation after the incident at All In. And then to go out there in front of the live audience and address it live, you standing there physically on that stage and addressing that situation to the live Chicago crowd that was chanting "shut the fuck up," that was chanting CM Punk at him. I gained a lot of respect for Tony Khan over the past 48 hours. And I love to see him putting his foot down. I wish he would have put his foot down with the build of this card, but
or for the problem in the first place. But
yeah, but
he learned his lesson at least.
My take on the situation. Man, me and Sir K have had a long time to talk about this. We've had a long time to do. We've had a bit to talk about this. The past 24 hours, we've talked about it. The first thing that came over me was disappointment. Mm-hmm. First thing, from a fan's perspective, I was incredibly disappointed that this didn't work out. And they do, you would remember and understand the importance that was the first dance of 2021, the same arena we were in tonight. I was looking over at the section we sat in, and all I could think to myself was, man, it's fucking wild how 2 years ago in those seats we
went insane.
We watched the return of CM Punk, and that was about as close to an out-of-body experience that I will ever probably have at a wrestling show. And to think 2 short years later, it all went up in smoke, and he's released. I was also thinking about it yesterday when we were watching Collision. The last time they were in the United Center, me and my pops were enjoying Father's Day, at Collision. We were enjoying Father's Day at Collision, and my dad's a huge CM Punk guy. We watched CM Punk, huge CM Punk guy. I remember he had his CM Punk shirt, and we watched him return. And the next time they return for Collision, he's no longer contracted with the company. So the first thing that came over me was disappointment. I was disappointed that this didn't work out because this seemed like the perfect fit for CM Punk. Everything about AEW, the words that he spoke, built this company, damn near. And I ultimately think that was the problem. Because I think he was at a point where either he knew he could get away with murder, or he was trying to get fired. Either one of those did not mix in a good backstage environment. And again, I love Punk. He's on my Mount Rushmore. He'll always be there, but you cannot lunge at, and apparently from what we've heard today, they were using lunge as the word to be kind. I don't want to start any rumors or anything, so don't quote me on this, but in my opinion, I genuinely think he probably went towards Tony Khan to fucking fight him or something, or he fucking went at him aggressively. Enough to get fired for. The man got fired from AEW. And it's insane to think. It's really insane to think. Dude, absolutely. Absolutely. And from Logan's perspective, too. I know you seen him return at Quake by the Lake, and it was a fucking awesome moment. I remember watching that and being ecstatic for you, because I was like, because I knew you were there, so I was like, man, I just know Logan's fucking losing his marbles right now. And to think where that all went is just insane, and it needs to be studied, how hard that downfall was. But, yeah, disappointment, was one of the first things, obviously, that came over me, because, again, CM Punk and AEW it just seemed like the perfect fit, dude. I remember being on a vacation at Six Flags, and I remember walking around the amusement park, and that's when the news hit. CM Punk signed with All Elite Wrestling, and I just remember being fucking floored. Like, I was shocked. I was excited. I was excited. And again, to think 2 short years later, this would all blow up in smoke is wild to me. And I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Disappointment, but Sir K was making fun of a sign yesterday at Collision when we were watching the replay, a sign that said, "I stand with TK." And I would hold that sign up myself, because Tony Khan absolutely made the right call. Again, either Punk did whatever he want because he knew he could get away with murder, or he wanted to get fired. Either way, Punk got what he wanted here. He didn't want to be with All Elite Wrestling anymore. Ever since that fucking promo where he called Hangman out, and then we heard that he didn't want to show up to work, the first bad piece of Punk news we got, ever since we got that, and everybody's taste just turned incredibly sour of him, it was down from there. And he never wanted to be back in AEW after that moment. As soon as that fucking promo with Hangman Page, I think he was checked out. We don't know what happened. We don't know all the details with the stuff that went on backstage, and I know he thinks that those boys were leaking stuff on him and stuff, but ever since that shit happened, it was down from there. It was down from there. So I absolutely stand with Tony Khan. I think he made the right call. Somebody that doesn't want to work there doesn't want to work there, so let him go. Exactly. It's going to save you a headache, and look how much more appealing AEW. So now we don't have to worry anymore. CM Punk's back, but is he a ticking time bomb? When are we going to hear about him fighting somebody? Oh, there it is. He fought Jack Perry. Oh, when is he going to say something or do something that's going to absolutely kill the fucking brand again? We don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. And it's not even we. Tony Khan doesn't have to worry about somebody that, yeah, it's his biggest moneymaker. But again, this is a guy who the words he spoke turned a lot of people sour on AEW, and the way he went about that situation turned a lot of people sour on AEW. He's not completely guilty in the situation, but he's not innocent either. And again, the words he spoke, sure, he made the company a lot of money, this and that, sure, but that media scrum last year almost killed this fucking brand. AEW was a laughing stock because of it. Tony Khan was a laughing stock because of it. People were fucking people were shit on, people were suspended, this and that. Tony Khan was getting shit on. Almost killed the fucking brand, and now you don't have to worry about that anymore. In my eyes, that's a great fucking look. That's a great call that Tony Khan made. It really is. You don't have to worry about this shit anymore, and it's wild to think that with Punk gone, this brand looks a lot more appealing. It does. It really does. But I'll let you have the floor, bro. I know you definitely got your opinions on this, bro. So
Yeah, man, definitely. Like, CM Punk, man, it is disappointing. It is. That's really all I feel is just, damn, it didn't work out, man. You know, it's everybody's fault, man. It's Elite could have went about it way better. TK up until now could have went about it way better. And CM Punk could have went about it way better. They all did wrong in this situation, but Punk was the constant. No matter who it was, no matter what it was, there was a problem. And that's about it. There was always a problem. And now TK finally made the right decision after being lunged at. That's what it took. At the very least, that's what it took. CM Punk is no longer employed. It sucks. It blows. It really does. But it is what it is, and it finally ended, and we could just move on from all of this, from the past fucking year, and damn near year and a half when it really started, of bullshit, and finally move on. Enough with the backstage drama, enough with the ticking time bombs, and everybody could just focus on what actually is happening on TV and enjoy the product. And TK can build a show that where people want to be there, and the atmosphere feels good again. Because another piece of news will probably end up on cover on Friday because it's a little thing. People like Sonny Kiss, their contract was not renewed. They are gone. People like that, spring cleaning, good to see it. You need to do more of it. You need to go back there and say, who doesn't want to be here? Raise your hand and let those people go in the most Tony Khan way possible. Let them go. And let AEW go, people that don't want to be there. Punk didn't want to be there. That's how it is. He either wanted to be there, and he wanted to run the show, or he didn't want to be there at all. Either way, you can't have it, so get out. That's how it is, and that's how it happened. And it sucks. It fucking blows. CM Punk is one of my goats. Easy. And it didn't work out in AEW. Still got the memory of his return, man. And that's all I care about at this point because, man, what happened, man? What happened? But, everybody's at fault. Everybody could handle it way better. All of this could have been avoided in the first place from all parties. And it wasn't. But at the end of the day, TK finally made the last right decision and let go of CM Punk's contract, man. We'll see how it goes from here, man. If that Regal story is true, either he's definitely not going over there, or if he does, he is a stooge himself. And if he doesn't, I genuinely feel like in a year or two, this will all blow over. There'll be a meeting set up because Punk wants to come back. They'll blow it all over, and it's all fine. Something you could have done from the very beginning will probably happen in a year or two.
He had a fucking meeting with Chris Jericho of all people.
Like, why? Why Jericho?
Like, he called Jericho a stooge. Okay. You literally sat there for like 45 minutes and grilled the Elite.
For no reason.
Now, granted,
well, for a reason, but
they didn't want to fucking sit down with him. They should have just did it. And if it didn't fucking work out and the meeting went south,
then the meeting went south and it ain't gonna work.
Then the meeting went south and it didn't fucking work. But at least you tried.
But you didn't. That's a problem too. That's a problem. CM Punk is gone, man, and I think one day he might be back, man. I really do feel like it. Which is gonna make me so mad when he is, because like you could have avoided it all in the fucking first place. But in a way, this could be a good lesson to Tony Khan. And in the future AEW, he hopefully doesn't fucking make this mistake again. And we get monster Tony Khan where he gets a heater to talk for him because no one takes him seriously.
So, 3, he stays retired. And that's the end of it. That's all she wrote. Number 2, he lets this simmer for a couple months, maybe a year. Then he wants to come back. Then he has this just feeling of delightment again, where he wants to make a difference in wrestling and all the stuff Dax talked about in his podcast. He wants to make a memory, and he wants to help, and he wants to do this and do that. And he comes back in a year, and I could very well see that. But where Tony Khan's got to go in this, every fucking person he had a problem with, it needs to be fucking resolved. And what Tony Khan needs to do next time around, if there is a next time, you got to tell him, and you got to tell the Elite as well. You guys work with who I say you work with. No more of this bullshit all friends wrestling. I want to work with my friends. I want to work with my... Fuck your friends. You're going to work with what draws the most. Right? What's good for television. That's what needs to happen. And number 1, he goes back to WWE. So let's talk about that.
CM Fed.
Yeah. Fired Phil. Golly. WWE, bro. So let's talk about WWE. Okay. So, WWE, everybody keeps bringing this up. WWE is going to be here in November. They're going to be here for Survivor Series. 1, we don't know what CM Punk's no-compete looks like. We don't know what any of that looks like.
Nothing.
And if it is a no-compete, if there is a no-compete, he'll be literally good to go right after Survivor Series. Would I care about it personally? No. I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind that at all. And here's why. So, WWE isn't gonna make him GM Punk. They're not. They're not going to give him any kind of control. They'll make him a huge part of the show, as he should be, because he's fucking CM Punk. But the thing is with Punk is, again, WWE's not going to make him GM Punk. They're not. They're going to make him CM Punk, and he's going to do what Cody did. Cody was in AEW management, just like CM Punk was. And he's a huge part of the show, and he's doing great work. However, the thing that I trust WWE with more is that leash. That leash we always talk about. We always talk about how Tony Khan had the retractable leash on him, and he let him run around the yard. Eventually, as soon as the Elite resigned, he just took the leash off, and he let him fucking roam around the fucking town. Not with WWE. They're gonna wrap that leash around their hand and make sure that fucking guy is right by them. They're not gonna let that shit slide. And the thing is with CM Punk is, I think a WWE return could be good for him. I really do. And again, here's why. They have a roster that's good. They have a great roster. They have a very talented roster. There's a lot of guys that don't like Punk. There's also a lot of guys who will be willing to put on their big boy pants and work with CM Punk. That's the other thing. WWE's not going to give them a fucking choice. Mm-hmm. We think this is money. We think the fans will love it. We'll love it because it'll line our pockets. We're doing it. And we don't give a fuck what either of you say. I think that could be really fucking good for CM Punk. And let's say Paul Levesque wants to put him on a press conference. If he steps out of line in the fucking slightest, 3 strikes and you're out. 3 strikes and you're out. This is twice in AEW it happened and another fucking time here. You're done. You're done. And they'll wipe their hands clean of him and he'll be out. He'll be out. I don't know, man. That's my personal take on it. I really think going back to... I cannot believe this is a fucking thought in my brain at this point. But those are the reasons, and those are valid fucking reasons as to why I think a WWE run could work out for him potentially. And again, if he does fucking step out of line, they will wipe their fucking hands clean of him like they did before. And that'll be the fucking end of it. But for that, I really think a WWE return should be what he looks at next. Again, unless you sort this shit out, and I mean really sort this shit out with everybody in AEW, the same fucking thing's gonna happen. And again, could it happen in WWE? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely could. At this point, this could happen anywhere. This could happen in fucking MLW for all we know with CM Punk. But the thing with WWE, again, they are strict. And they are not, again, going to make him GM Punk and have him fucking damn near running the show. And again, if he does step out of line, there will be zero tolerance for him. There will be. And I really, really just think him going to Monday Night Raw might have been what everybody thought it was. Him trying to reconcile with everybody, because I think in his time in AEW, I think he realized how much he liked WWE. I could be wrong, but I feel like in Punk's mind, he thinks everybody acts like children at AEW. And I feel like in WWE, I feel like that may be the environment for him.
Could be, man. It could be.
But, yeah. What do you think, bro?
It's tough, man. It's tough. Because I think on a backstage setting, I would think WWE could definitely fit that man. I mean, they need to keep him on a leash, and he needs to learn, you know. And maybe that is his mentality, and that's the environment he's looking for, where, you know, people in AEW, obviously, we all know they're going to take jabs at him. They're going to do this and do that. They ain't going to be doing that in WWE. They're not. And maybe that's what he wants, man. You know, he's got to protect his ego, and in a way, that'll be protecting his ego, man. But on an on-screen aspect, I mean, there's some things that'll be fun. Watching him get destroyed by Roman Reigns verbally. Can't believe I've uttered those words, but that's what will happen. Interaction with Cody would be pretty cool. Maybe Cena.
Oh,
but
awesome.
Other than that, I mean, on screen wise, I wouldn't really, you know, be too crazy for it. I mean, probably be going back on everything he ever said about the company. CM Punk chant used to be, you know, the anti-sports entertainment, you know, war cry. And he just returns to sports entertainment because wrestling hurt his feelings. But, so that's not going to be a great on-screen look for me personally. But I think on a backstage environment, that might be what he's looking for, man. That really might be what he's looking for. Because, you know, they'll take little jabs at him, but those are the people that are going to be willing to work with him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. But there's 3 possibilities. Either he never comes back ever. He comes back to AEW in a fucking year and apologizes, and hopefully things get settled. Or he goes back to WWE, man. And we'll see how that goes. Because at the end of the day, if he does go back to WWE, it's going to end the same way he did in AEW. He'll get fired. He's going to get fired. Yeah.
Whether it's walking out again, whether it's fighting somebody, whether it's
mad at management for this.
Yeah.
It's gonna not end well, man, if he goes back there.
It's not. Yeah, either way he gets fired from WWE, I think, unless he really has like a complete character 180. But then again, you know, like Sir K said, maybe that's just the backstage environment he's looking for.
People that aren't gonna take jabs at him, aren't gonna do any of that.
Yeah, people that are maybe not gonna fight him backstage because he knows that
they'll get fired.
They're on a tight leash. Everybody is, unless your name is Roman Reigns. You know, you're on a pretty tight leash, and they're gonna have zero tolerance to him and his bullshit. So, you know, I really think if we're looking at an option where he comes back to wrestling, at this point, I would rather see him in WWE, because if he goes back to AEW, if he goes back to AEW without sorting this shit out,
It's gonna happen again.
It's gonna happen again. The company's gonna be put on fucking pause again because these guys don't want to work with each other, and we're sitting in feuds that nobody really cares about, and it's gonna do nothing for anybody, just like the last fucking 3 months have done for anybody. Nothing. What have they done for anybody? The BCC feud was good. What happened after that? What happened after that with the Elite? What'd they do? Of intrigue. Honestly.
Nothing.
CM Punk. Been in feuds that sound great on paper.
And
what did they do for anybody?
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
And ultimately what happened in the long run? We couldn't work together, so now he's fired. And yeah, I mean, like I said, there's some real life problems that they can cover on screen in WWE, and I think it'll make for a cool little return, if anything, because yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people in WWE that I think, you know, Punk could have great promo battles with if he doesn't get upset. LA Knight, Seth Rollins, John Cena, AJ Styles doesn't like him. That would probably be cool on screen. Roman Reigns, oh god, I want to see Roman Reigns verbally destroy that man, I really do. Just a ton of people. There's a ton of people he can work with, and he will be just fine. Walter, yeah, there's a ton of people, and he will be just fine. Kevin Owens, I don't think Kevin Owens is a big fan of him. I could be wrong, but I think Kevin Owens was in that little circle with Eddie Kingston that Punk used to make fun of for being fat. So, you know, that could be good on television. I don't know. That's kind of that's my personal stance on it. That's if we're looking at an option where he comes back to wrestling, but
he might not.
He very well might not, because again, like, I don't want Tony Khan to eventually, you know, have his heart soften up after a couple months and then just kind of be willing to let him back because he thinks that Punk feels bad or something.
Yeah.
And then we get the same shit all over again. This guy cannot kill your brand, and he's not fucking worth losing everything they built for it. And they almost did.
They almost did, and they made the right choice here, man. And I hope it stays the right choice.
Yeah. And that sucks to say, because, you know, I'm a Punk guy. I think Punk is great. But I think in AEW, to quote Bray, I think in AEW, Punk was the color red in a world of red.
It is true, though.
But yeah, I mean, to quote Punk, tell me when the fuck I'm telling lies. So, in WWE, he was the voice of the voiceless. He was the cool, standout rebel in the fucking strict company. What was he in AEW? He was the
Cena.
He was the old guy that fucking fought everybody, but in the beginning he was like John Cena, but then at the end he was more like fucking
Prime Burial Triple H and shit, which is so ironic.
It really is, bro.
Dude has completely flipped his personality in his old age, man. But it is what it is, man. And it sucks to see, man. It really sucks to see, man.
Yeah, I mean,
and the same thing's kind of with Cody when he went to WWE. He's like, he's color in a world of black and white. You know what I mean? He's not. Mm-hmm. He's actually special there.
Yeah.
And he's not saying he wasn't in AEW, but in the end of it, he wasn't.
No.
He was Codyverse.
Yeah, and the same thing with Punk. Like, I'm not trying to say that he wasn't special in AEW, because he was, but I think, like, the whole CM Punk character, or at least what he built in WWE, just fit the company. It just fit WWE so well, because, again, he was the standout rebel in the corporate company, but in a rebel company, you're just John Cena.
Yeah, you're just being an asshole. It's like, dude, you're not special, but you're not backstage special. You know what I mean? You're not him no more, man, and that sucks to see.
Yeah, it's like in WWE, he was an outcast. You know what I mean? He was an outcast, essentially. But in AEW,
That's how everybody was.
again, MJF said it on the media scrum. We are a band of outcasts, and they are. And I mean, again, not saying that he wasn't special in AEW, but I just think there's too many people that have his same mentality.
Exactly. People with the same mentality usually don't mix.
Yeah, exactly. So that's that, man. But ultimately, I think Tony Khan made the right decision. And if you ask me, if we see Punk return to wrestling, I think WWE might be what he's looking for, and I think that might be the best interest of everybody at this point, except for William Regal. But William Regal hopefully will actually be listened to this time around because he's in a higher of a position, and CM Punk isn't GM Punk anymore. So
we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes in the future.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. We will see, bro. But yeah, all out. All out, bro. We could start with the 3 pre-show matches. These were absolute nothing matches.
No point of even doing them.
We had the actually, it wasn't even the Casino Battle Royal. It was the over-budget charity Battle Royale. Well, TK, you're not over budget anymore because you got rid of that hefty CM Punk contract. Adam Page won this.
Good. Nice to see. Sucks he was on a pre-show. But
Yeah.
Good to see him nonetheless, and good that he won, I guess.
Yeah. He was on the pre-show. And yeah, I don't know why they just didn't make this a casino. Well, I do know why. They apparently didn't have any fucking surprise. Well, they had one surprise that just absolutely knocked everybody's fucking socks off. Adam Page, obviously, we found this out later in the night. He would donate the $50K to the to the school system, the education fund of Illinois, of Chicago. Obviously, we ended up finding this out a little later in the night, but you put 2 and 2 together. Adam Page used to be a teacher.
Makes sense.
Does make a lot of sense. So, yeah, Adam Page won the Battle Royale, and yeah, I mean, he was like the only huge name in there. It was only the right decision to make. Obviously, just, putting it on Hangman. So, yeah, good, I guess, man. So,
yeah, man, truly good to see. It was awesome to see him live again. Love Adam Page, one of my favorites.
yes.
And sucks he was on the pre-show, but good that he won the match, man. And that charity donation makes a lot of sense for what he used to do, man.
Definitely, bro. And then the next match was a 6-woman tag where Hikaru Shida, Willow Nightingale, and Sky Blue defeated Athena, Mercedes Martinez, and Diamante. The Battle Royal was 13 minutes and 15 seconds, by the way. And, yeah, this match served its purpose. I felt like this was kind of only just there to get Sky Blue in front of her home crowd. Mm-hmm. She had like a huge part in the match. So yeah. Yeah,
man, that's really all it was just get Sky Blue on the show. Didn't do anything for me, and that's funny with this match.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. So yeah, Sky Blue, I believe, hit Diamante with a sunset flip, which I guess is her finisher, and won the match in 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, like I said, this was what it was. It just kind of happened. Just one of those random six woman tags on the fucking pre-show. So that's what it was. Speaking of 6 people,
Oh.
Next, the Acclaimed would take on Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, and Jay Lethal. This match was okay.
Oh, wrestling fans.
Yeah, this one, I mean, this one was okay. It went 6 minutes. I mean, there was really nothing to it. I'm just so tired of seeing Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Satnam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt. It's really fucking annoying. They did a basketball entrance type. They had a fucking basketball rim. Sanjay came out with an Isaiah Thomas jersey. Way to get heat, man. Man, what a...
Nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah, nobody really cared about this match. The Acclaimed won. And yeah, that was it. They won in 6 minutes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, this is Tony Khan's definition of pushing young female talent. Because any other time, he just sticks with the same cookie jar women. Saraya, Britt Baker, anybody in that group.
A friend group.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah. Willow was gaining some momentum back, like, right after Forbidden Door, and I don't know where the fuck any of it went.
Tony Khan did. She was around for like 2 weeks, and then we haven't seen her.
The classic Tony Khan push, bro. The classic Tony Khan push. 3 fucking weeks, and we never see him again. And then they're just hanging out on Rampage. And then they say they're on a run. What, a fucking Friday run?
Friday run? Oh, hell no.
So, yeah. Nobody really cared about this match. I mean, like I said, it was 6 minutes. The Acclaimed won, and that was that.
Exactly, man. It was an Acclaim win. And I'm tired of seeing Jeff Jarrett and that whole circle, man. I really am.
Ugh. I'm fucking so tired of it, bro. Anytime Tony Khan needs a trio, just calls them. Anytime he needs a tag team to fucking challenge and have matches for the tag titles, he fucking calls them.
Does not make sense.
So, that was that. That was everything for the pre-show, man. So moving on to the main show. First match was Better Than You, Baby versus John Silver and Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order for the ROH Tag Team Championships. The Dark Order is playing heel. I guess they turned heel when they walked out on Adam Page, and now they're just assholes. So,
Classic AEW.
the classic AEW heel turn is right. So yeah, this was the first match on ROH All Out. And I'll tell you what. So this match played up to the injury angle in a tag team match. MJF selling the neck. I like the attention to detail. We're going to talk about attention to detail too. MJF selling the neck, from all the Panama Sunrises he took last Sunday. So that happened. He was selling the neck. They took him out. They took him out of the arena. The Dark Order, again, why the fuck did they go about a heel turn like that? And I know I was always complaining for the longest time, like, these guys should have turned heel. But, like...
Too late.
Yes, not only was it too late, but it's just... I just don't understand why these guys were on the card and why this match was not against the Kingdom. And this is coming from somebody who fucking hates the Kingdom.
It made all the sense in the world, dog. That's the whole thing you're setting up.
They're ROH tag team. We're on ROH All Out. And this is for the ROH World Tag Team Championships. And they fit in the fucking story.
They do. So what the fuck are you waiting for?
So you put Silver and Reynolds on the show. The tag match was good. It wasn't anything too crazy. It was more of just Adam Cole getting his ass whooped. MJF came back down. Helped Adam Cole. They hit the double clothesline on Reynolds, and that was it. They won. Again, why the fuck were John Silver? They're just completely fucking uninteresting, bro. I'm sorry, but
I don't give a fuck about them. They're the same thing they've always been.
Yeah, and now you want to portray to me that these guys are heels 2 years too late.
And they're just assholes for no reason. Like, it doesn't excite me in the slightest.
No.
This match should have not been happened this way. Should have not been Dark Order. And that's about it, man.
Another thing. And I know AEW elitists are going to grill me on this. The Bloodline. I know you guys love to say the Bloodline ran stale. This, and it's like, it's not completely stale yet, but like, I just can't fucking believe we went through All In and All Out and no kind of turn happened.
Nope.
Nothing. They just stayed friends. Like, dude, if losing in the main event match in front of 80,000 people won't break you,
What will?
what the fuck is gonna, like, and here is this would have been a good breaker. You know, you lose to John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Okay? Somebody gets rolled up, somebody, you know, takes the pin, you know, and you turn out of frustration because you essentially just lost the tag titles to 2 fucking jobbers. It's enough to break a man. It'll be enough to break me.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't do it. And you don't fucking do it. Instead, you start a completely different storyline. Why the Kingdom and Roddy were not involved in the slightest in this shows no attention to detail.
Exactly.
Of something you literally just fucking did on Wednesday. You just did that segment. You literally just did it. These guys got in Adam Cole's face when MJF wasn't around and actually got the chance to talk to him without MJF constantly cutting them off. And they play no part. They play no part in this at all. And they just win the tag titles and they go about their day. Or they retain the tag titles and they go about their day. Again, I'm not saying this is stale now. But the way they're going about this,
it's gonna end stale.
I just hate to see this ruin one of the best storylines that they've put on.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to see that. And again, the past fucking weekend was the past 2 weekends were just the perfect opportunity to break Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Losing in front of that big of a crowd on that big of a show. That's not enough to break you? What are we telling here?
Setting up MJF as your biggest babyface isn't a big moment to have it in front of 8,000 people.
How they pass that up, I'll wait first to see how they go about the heel turn. That's got to be on one of the worst booking decisions.
Exactly.
It's got to be.
If it ends poorly, it's going to be on that, definitely, because
this is insane.
It's very insane to see how this ends, man. No continuation of that story in the slightest. A random, pointless Dark Order match. What the fuck, man? What the fuck?
Yeah. And then, okay, so we're getting this story, you know, where we have Roddy joining the tournament because he wants to do what Adam Cole couldn't, right? Beat MJF. So as MJF's walking to the back, Samoa Joe comes out and he pushes him. Pushes him just like he did in Brooklyn. You know, what the fuck are we doing here?
What is this leading to?
So you mean to tell me you're in the middle of a feud with Adam Cole and MJF, Roger Strong, and the Kingdom, and you're going to shoehorn Samoa Joe into all of this For what? To make him look like shit? Because that's exactly what it's gonna do. He's just going to be a footnote at MJF's title reign.
Like, bro, and you're just sacrificing Samoa Joe for what? No reason. Some you could easily avoid. I don't understand any of this. I really don't. And is GM Punk still around, booking multiple storylines at the same time? What's going on here? I don't understand what they're going with this, man. Because Samoa Joe's not gonna win. It's just gonna be another loss, another world title loss. Dude, a loss to a guy that gets fired a couple days later. They don't mention his title at all. The real world title will probably never be brought up again.
No.
And that's it. He just keeps it ROH, pointless ass ROH title on AEW television. So pointless, and he's just gonna lose an AEW championship match for no reason, for none. Does not make sense.
I don't know. We're treating Bryan Danielson's one of his last runs with like an immense amount of respect, and I think we should be doing the same thing for Samoa Joe, especially after that All-In altercation where the guy was looked at as a fucking leader backstage. Are you fucking serious? And I get it. MJF's doing the people that wronged him, he's finally, coming around and getting them back, right? He did it to Regal, did it to fucking, and now he's gonna do it to Samoa Joe. Why this wasn't a feud before you started this Adam Cole stuff? Because I feel like Adam Cole's gonna be the one to end this reign eventually. Exactly. I feel like he's gonna turn, and it's gonna emotionally break MJF, and he's gonna let that get in the way of, one of his title defenses. Is he going to make a little mistake and he's going to lose the title? I don't know. I just don't fucking understand why we're doing this now. And why we're going to do that to Joe when you have something going on with 3 other guys.
Doesn't make sense.
I don't know, man. They should have just fucking... Golly. I don't know why they didn't do the turn. I really don't. And I don't know why this couldn't have just been a feud for MJF after he gets out of the storyline with Adam Cole.
Be a perfect redemption. You get a win against Samoa Joe. Anything, dude. Why are you doing it now? It makes no sense.
So Samoa Joe comes out, pushes MJF, gets in the ring. MJF gets pissed. He runs back in the ring, and he attacks Samoa Joe. They get in a fucking pull-apart brawl. Then Samoa Joe then has his match with Shane Taylor.
Most pointless match.
For the ROH World TV title.
Who cares?
Also, the tag team match, the open of the show, went 14 minutes and 5 seconds. So, we pretty much smoothly move right into this match. I thought that MJF was going to, take apart, work Joe's leg, and it would carry over into this match, or something like that, and Shane Taylor would capitalize on it. Joe basically went unscathed.
Yeah.
From this, from the little pull-apart brawl. He basically went unscathed, and Shane Taylor comes out to fucking absolutely no reaction. These guys wrestle for 6 minutes and 25 seconds, and Shane Taylor just taps out to the Coquina Clutch. What the fuck was the point of putting this on All Out? What was the point? This was one of the matches I was not big on. It had nothing to do with the match quality itself. I mean, it was okay, for what it was, and nothing looked bad or anything like that. But what in the world was this match? No importance whatsoever. No story that anybody gives a fuck and a half about. And You couldn't have put anybody else in this slot, to challenge Joe for the ROH World Television Championship? Anybody?
That could possibly beat him and put Samoa Joe mainly on AEW television, the television that matters. Nothing. You had the perfect opportunity here tonight with what you did. MJF screwing over Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe loses the title because of it. He goes to AEW out of the mainstay, and he's in AEW, and he wants to go get revenge on MJF, and there's your feud. No, he just retains. Doesn't make sense at all, dude. It doesn't. Pointless ass match.
I don't know. I was not rocking with this stuff at all.
No.
Again, using Samoa Joe as a footnote for MJF. I mean, we can do it. I mean, he doesn't have to be the most protected individual on the roster, but why this guy wasn't... Maybe if you had him win the real world championship and you didn't do a fucking pointless tournament, that could have been your main event for Grand Slam.
Yeah.
That could have been your main event for Grand Slam. Unification. Real world champ, Samoa Joe versus MJF. MJF could have got his rematch, or could have got, he could have beat Joe, got his, the unification of both championships. Something, bro. Fucking something. You could have even done something where MJF turns, or Adam Cole turns on MJF at All In. He turns on MJF at All In. Maybe they have a match at All Out or something, and it ends with I don't know. You can maybe run some angle where the match ends via fuck finish, and then Adam Cole comes at the end of Grand Slam after MJF unifies the championships, to set up the third match between them. Could have done something like that, and it could have flowed nicely, but now you're trying to get Roderick Strong involved. Now you're trying to get Samoa Joe involved, on top of this tag team being together that you still have to break up. And I don't know why you didn't break them up.
It's a whole mess, man.
I don't know. I was not rocking with this match. This was one of the sleepers, one of the two sleepers I was talking about. This match served no purpose. I don't care about Shane Taylor. I love Samoa Joe, and I hate seeing Samoa Joe in these kind of spots. But
Doesn't make sense.
It is what it is. And if you do introduce a second world title for Collision, because I think you should, because if you take away this soft brand split, dude,
Collision will be pointless.
Collision will be pointless. I think if Punk did anything right, it was the blueprints for Collision. The way the show came off, it just came off different. And if you keep those same guys over there, those same Collision guys, and maybe you add a few. Maybe you add Keith Lee.
Brian.
Maybe you add the Blackpool Combat Club. Maybe you add a couple of those guys. You got something cooking. You really got something cooking there, man. So, you could do something like that, bro. But I really think you need to keep doing that. And like I said, use the blueprints that Punk came up with for Collision and keep them, because they're good. Because they're good and they work and they feel different from Dynamite. But I don't want to see just the same Dynamite shit on Collision. I really don't, and I'm really scared we're going to get there, and I feel like we will. And it sucks. But, I don't know, a second world championship for Collision, I think it'll be pretty cool, man. Again, I think Sir K said this a couple weeks ago. You have MJF choose. Whatever he wants his title to be named, the other one gets. Is MJF the company champion, or is he the world champion? Whatever one MJF gets, the other brand gets the other. A company title and a world title.
Exactly. Or a company world title and a company heavyweight title. Pick your poison, man. It's really all the same thing.
Yeah. And
it's really, I would generally just give it to up to MJF. Which one do you want? And then we'll make the other one. Because I think at this point, second world title will really fit for AEW and their roster, even if hopefully they do trim it down. And I think it'll just be better, be a better system, man. But who knows how that's gonna go?
I really hope we just don't start seeing people on,
Collision just doing shit.
Yep. I hope not. But yeah, this match didn't do anything for me, man. It really, really didn't. Yeah, so that was that. It was cool seeing Samoa Joe, though. It was very cool.
It really was.
His song always bumps over the fucking live PA.
Oh, yeah.
The next match for the TNT Championship. Luchasaurus, TNT Champion, or Christian Cage, TNT Champion, versus Darby Allin. This one was enjoyable. This one was fun. I didn't mind this one at all. They're really playing up to some dissension between Darby and Nick Wayne.
They really are.
Yeah, so Darby went to Darby was going up to do the coffin drop, and Christian Cage had Nick Wayne in the concerto position, and he, told Darby, if you jump, I'm going to hit him. Darby was so conflicted, and it ended up costing him the match. But right in the end of him being conflicted, he climbed to the top rope to hit the coffin drop. So he was gonna fucking...
just let him get a concerto.
He was gonna let Nick get the concerto, and Luchasaurus stopped him. He hit him with a tombstone, stood up, hit him with another tombstone, stood up, threw him, gave him snake eyes in the corner, and then he hit him with the choke slam, and that was it.
Logan Classic Twitter.
I'm dead.
Oh yeah, I heard that girl was getting clowned because it was at the girl with the orange hair. I think it was a girl. I saw her getting clowned for being a CM Punk fan.
The girl
The
girl that was in the merch line behind us at the first dance?
Yep.
I'm fucking dead.
I think it's that girl. Because apparently, I think the reason they were clowning on her, because I think I saw tweets about her that she was on her phone the whole time until the time she was doing CM Punk stuff. Apparently, I think they said she was yelling at Adam Hangman Page at one point. Fucking CM Punk fans, man. They're fucking crazy.
Yeah, we know that. Well, we don't know that girl,
We've
but
seen her before.
yeah, at the first dance, she was in the merch line behind us as I was like fucking losing my mind. I think I like bumped into her.
Yeah.
Because I was just going fucking nuts. I was like jumping in the merch line. I tell you, that was a night.
I swear to God.
That was a night. I was like jumping up and down and shit, and I was just fucking going nuts. And I bumped into her, and I turned around and I said my bad, but she was like, "Oh, it's okay." But yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, apparently, I heard she was being a little CM Punk mark in the crowd.
So there was a lot of fans. The dude sitting next to us was just like flipping off the Elite as if they've never done anything good for this company. Or
they didn't just put over FTR multiple times in their whole feud. But I digress.
They literally let them win the who's the greatest tag team of all time little trilogy to cement our legacy.
Come on, guys. Come on. But yeah, that is hilarious, man. AEW fans are something else, dog.
When are the Bucks gonna get their flowers?
When they retire.
Who knows? If even then.
I think so, then. I think so.
I think so, too. I hope. But,
God, I hope.
But yeah, man. So, that's funny, man. There was quite a bit. There was people that tried to start CM Punk chants multiple times in the night, but nobody really.
No one did it.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of those people in the arena are kind of just.
No, they're done with it. He's gone.
Yeah, because I mean, even at All Out last year, his reaction was a little. Like, you could definitely hear boos. It wasn't bad because the media scrum didn't happen yet, but you could... It wasn't...
mixed.
It wasn't all cheers. And then when he came back at Collision, It was mixed, even in Chicago. But man, when he went anywhere else, or even in London, look, their biggest crowd they ever drew.
Most of them were booing him.
It was a lot of fucking boos. Also, speaking of crowd reactions, Samoa Joe is fucking over.
I love that man.
This man went face to face with MJF, and we were chanting, and people were chanting. Obviously, we joined in, but people, started chanting in favor of Samoa Joe. Yeah. Joe is gonna kill you. You fucked up. Chanting at Max. Shocked. Yeah, kind of shocked me to my core, bro.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
TK.
CM Punk. CM Punk.
Fucking Mark.
Yeah, golly. So yeah, that's funny. Yeah, there were a couple people. The fucking freako next to us kept giving I kept seeing him throw the middle fingers up to the Elite.
Thanks, dude.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
Yes, I'm glad people want Joe to get his flowers because, golly, Samoa Joe's fucking one of the best of all time. Yeah, Joe is Joe, and he's Sweet Tooth, so he's even just more fucking cooler. As if he wasn't cool enough already. No, but seriously though, God, I want a Samoa Joe. I want him to hold some sort of important
real world
championship. Yes. The fact that he didn't get it in WWE is a crime. He should have won it multiple times. And I would like to see him get it in AEW. Whatever heel or babyface has it next. I mean, Joe can play both roles, so I don't know. But it's something I would definitely look into doing because, God, Samoa Joe is fantastic. And it's just fucking insane that he's never been a world champion in these major companies, dude. So
Definitely.
Yeah, so Luchasaurus hit Darby Allin with a tombstone, stood up, did a tombstone into a snake eyes, into his choke slam, and he won.
Yeah.
He won the match, which I was so glad.
Oh, thank God.
I was so glad because I said it on Friday. Darby Allin is the best TNT champion of all time.
Yep.
Do not just keep putting the fucking title on him because he's one of the best TNT champions of all time. Yes, you can't do that. You gotta move him up. Imagine if fucking Gunther, one of the greatest IC champions of all time, loses the IC title, and then he just gets back in the race for the IC title. Like, no. You were a great IC champ. We loved it. We want to see you elevate. We want to see you move up the card. I mean, it's just natural progression of a professional wrestler. But, I was very glad they didn't do that here. Christian Cage got a bunch of chairs. Luchasaurus went to fucking choke slam him. At this point, we see the cameramen start to, go up the ramp. So we're like, oh, okay, they're about to shoot something. Someone's about to come out. You just hear you hear people chirping, around you. Oh shit, it's Edge. No fucking way. No fucking way. That's what I kept hearing. I just kept hearing, no fucking way. No fucking way, it's Edge. So now I'm starting to be like, oh shit. So I get my phone out. I have the video. I get my phone out. I record that shit. I'm like, yo, no fucking way, dude.
The fucking in a legion of fucking boring baby faces run out there and do nothing.
People were chirping about Edge. And obviously, anybody with a pulse is like, okay. Everybody's starting to get hype. Everybody's like, yo, no way, bro. No way. And I just fucking see Shawn Spears come running out with a chair. And then I seen... the first two people I seen were Shawn Spears and fucking Darius Martin.
The fuck?
And I was just like... huh? When I tell you, that was one of the dumbest things I've seen in my fucking lifetime. I kid you not. Why are all of those people coming out to save Darby Allin?
Why? What was the reason behind that?
You could have at least sent Sting out there to get a pop.
At least you couldn't, like, what? You couldn't at least send Sting? That'd have been nice. Get to see Sting up close, that's cool. No, you sent out the boring babyface mafia out there for no reason. For no fucking reason, man. And didn't Shawn Spears return as a heel? Or am I just not paying attention to AEW television?
No, he was a heel before he left, but then he returned with, I don't know, a better moment, and I seriously have no fucking idea what the point of that whole thing was to do.
I really don't understand.
I have no idea. At that point, you should have just concertoed Darby Allin. Instead, you just had a fucking sea of boring baby faces just hovering over him, just looking at this man dead.
He's getting wheeled out, man. The fuck was that for, man?
Yep.
And you can't even say to get them on the show, because all the same losers are the losers in the fucking Battle Royal match.
Seriously.
So they were on the fucking show, so how the fuck did they come out a second time? If you're barely good enough for the pre-show, how are you good enough to come out and do this? You're not.
Yeah, that was one of the moments where the crowd was kind of just like...
What the fuck?
Yeah, seriously, it was literally one of those moments that everybody in the crowd was just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? What? I remember just looking at Sir Kane being like, what in the fuck are we looking at right now? Like, what the fuck was that? A dud is what it was. But the match itself was very enjoyable, and they kept the TNT title on the right guy as they continue to add importance to the championship, for sure. Christian's doing a great job with it.
Truly.
He is gold with that fucking championship. So yeah, Luchasaurus wins, and yeah, as he should. This match went 12 minutes and 20 seconds. And the next match was a very, very good match.
Yeah.
Powerhouse Hobbs versus Miro. There was a lot of distractions in this match. There was a lot of meat chants. Holy meat. Slap his meat. Every time there was a hit, every time there was a strike, the crowd would chant meat. But in terms of the match itself, the match was very good. It was very fun. It was a physical contest of two fucking behemoths. And yeah, there's no much more to it than that. Like, it was just a very great physical contest between just two of AEW's best big men. So, Miro ends up winning with the game over. Powerhouse Hobbs ended up falling asleep. This was the second time he put the game over in, and yeah, like I said, man, they did a really good job with this match. I like, obviously the crowd participation is always funny, but even the match itself, man, was just a really, really enjoyable match. And I thought they did very good with it. Man. So yeah, no complaints for me, and I like the way they did it. I like that Powerhouse Hobbs didn't tap. Obviously, he passed out. Yeah, and it was great, man.
Thought they did really well in the match. It was a fun match. Really fun. And it was a good match, and I like what they did here. I like, what they did with Hobbs, not tapping, obviously. And I thought for the match itself, they really did a good job all around. And it definitely was one of the best matches on the show.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So, yeah. That was, definitely one of the best on the show, for sure. So after the match, Powerhouse Hobbs and Miro are looking each other in the face. Miro puts his hand out, and Hobbs, these two, dap up. And as Miro goes to walk away, he starts, Powerhouse Hobbs attacks him. He attacks him, I guess. So I guess when he turned on QTV. He turned back babyface, but I guess this is like back to being a heel.
I think he was a heel the whole time. I think he just ditched the Job Squad because they were the Job Squad.
Gotcha. Yeah, I never know half the time.
No.
Who the fuck is what in AEW, but yeah, I mean this was what it was. This was what it was, man.
Sometimes I miss the tunnels just to have the sole purpose of knowing who's babyface and who's heel.
Yeah, well, at least I think the heels still come from the
right.
left side.
Yeah.
And then babyface is from the right, so that's nice to have. But yeah. Yeah, but Powerhouse Hobbs, I guess, turns on Miro, even though he's already a heel. Or maybe he wasn't a heel.
Maybe this turns Miro babyface, maybe? I don't know. So there's some version of, that again, you know what I mean? So, who knows what it's gonna, go into.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. Well, Sir K, would you get floor seats, section 4 again?
Definitely, man. Definitely. I thought they were really fun seats. They were really good. And I really like the atmosphere. If we were paying for them next time, I would definitely try to aim for something that's a little more to the left, and closer to the ring. But if we get the same seats again, nonetheless, man, that shit was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it, man.
Yeah, those seats were pretty sick. I think for me, what it would be is getting more rows ahead so we can get the collector chair.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, because we were maybe like 4 or 5 rows shy of getting the collector chair. Damn. And it sucked too because after the show, people left theirs. So I was like, dude, so we could fucking grab some. But people were grabbing them, and they didn't have the little silver wristband, so they weren't letting them, take them. They weren't letting them take them. Anybody that didn't have a wristband, if you had a chair, you weren't walking out with that fucking chair.
They were just taking them to the back.
Yep, they were just taking them right to the back. So, yeah, that was that. That was that, man. So after the match, Powerhouse Hobbs is, attacking Miro, and we hear somebody's theme song come on, and everybody's kind of just like, oh shit. And the phrase hot and flexible come on the screen as it's Lana or CJ Perry. I'm not gonna lie, the color and the font on the Trons, like it looked like willows. So like in my head, I'm just sitting there like, why the fuck is Willow coming out? I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And then Sir K picked up on the hot and flexible part, and he just looks over at me. He goes, "It's fucking Lana," and I was like, "Oh no!" And then she came out.
I should have walked. The second those female-looking Trons hit, I knew. I was like, "Oh yeah, Miro's in the ring." See, they've been wanting to get her ass in this company for a while, even though she was shitting on them, and Miro was shitting on them too. But it was fucking Lana. I was like, good fucking God. Another woman.
That was another person we seen go through the crowd. Summer Rae.
She did, yeah. She really did. That was weird.
Yeah, that was really weird.
She was just backstage, just chilling out.
Which is funny, because I heard she was backstage a couple weeks ago. I don't know if they're like, oh God, I fucking hope they're not bringing her in as a talent, but I don't know, maybe she's some kind of backstage personality or something.
That could be maybe a producer or something. We'll see.
Maybe. But yeah, man, so Lana comes out. Everybody was like standing on their chairs, so I couldn't really get like a good look. But I
think I heard someone say that Miro said to her, "You're not real," or something when he walked away. I guess that's what I heard people say that he said. So that's interesting.
Yeah, so she pretty much kind of aided Miro to,
fend off.
Yeah, to fend off Powerhouse Hobbs, and then Miro walked away. I'm assuming this is a continuation of the story where when he was TNT champion and when he was God's favorite champion, he would always talk about his wife and he would always talk about God. But then once he lost the championship, all that stopped. You know what I mean? He wasn't God's favorite anymore, and he wasn't cool with his wife. I don't know what I don't know. I never I understood
Like the God part, because that was his character,
yeah,
he trusted his God to, retain, and he lost, so he lost his faith.
yeah.
But, like, you lost faith in your wife, too, or she lost faith in you?
Never understood the wife part of it.
No. Because when that shit happened, he would also include in his promos that, like, his wife, something about his wife, and that, not anymore. It was weird. It was weird, but I guess they're continuing that, man. And I guess they're continuing it. As long as Lana's not a part of the actual women's roster, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I feel like she'll just be... I think anybody with a fucking brain knows that, she's money with Miro. And I think they definitely got to do that, man. But... yeah, no surprises, no Edge, no nothing. But what we did get is C.J. Perry.
Yay. Well, one Perry's suspended, we get a new one.
Oh, man. Yeah, so, yeah, that was that. The next match was for the TBS Championship. Chris Statlander versus Ruby Soho. Match was okay from what I remember. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't nothing. The wrestling wasn't bad. It just kind of was something.
It just happened.
Yeah, kind of just happened. I don't really think people really seen a point in this or any reason for this to happen.
No.
The whole story going into this was that Ruby's never held gold. Statlander also has never beaten her. She also hasn't had ever had a championship in 13 years of wrestling, which is a crime. And
continues to be a crime after tonight.
It does continue to be a crime. Yeah, like I said, the match wasn't bad. But so Ruby goes out there with Saraya. Saraya's in her corner. Dude, Saraya ripped up a sign that was ringside that said Tony Khan cured cancer. She went to rip it up, but of course she didn't rip it. She tore a little piece off the side or off the corner. The fan was still holding it up and it was partially ripped.
Fucking hilarious, bruh.
Tony Khan cured cancer.
Oh, Philly Phil.
That's hilarious. So Jesus. Tony comes out from under the ring when Saraya's distracting the ref so Ruby can use the spray paint. She grabs the spray paint, then Tony grabs it out of her hand and just starts spraying it up in the air. Tony lost the AEW Women's Championship and her kind of mental sanity, this little I guess character work. This is really the first time she's done any character work, and I like it. It's not half bad, man.
Yeah, she's doing good in her role. She's this old school Marilyn Manson, Marilyn Monroe vibe, and which is cool. I think it's cool for her. And it's interesting to see not only her do character work, but another person actually do character work in AEW is nice. I'm surprised, if it was anybody, if this was going on in WWE, fans will hate it. But, classic AEW fans. But, she was gonna, spray Chris with the green spray paint, but she didn't, and that fucked over Ruby. So they're continuing, that Outcast breakup, which is literally the biggest waste of our summer. Biggest waste of the fucking summer of the Outcast, but at least I guess we're starting to move on. I hope so. I hope all of this can end in Ruby beating Soraya for the women's world title.
Yeah.
That is the only goal I will accept in all of this. I swear to God.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Tony is a nice option too, but Tony's been the champ 2 times over, so
I think it's definitely time for Ruby. I mean, it's been time for Ruby
Yes.
fucking 2 years ago, but now it's finally time for Ruby.
yeah, definitely. Definitely, bro. So, yeah, match was okay. I guess the storyline stuff that they did afterwards, Tony costing Ruby the match, definitely was more interesting though, for sure. Yeah. So this was that. And the next match, boy,
Hey.
we got the return of the Dragon, Bryan Danielson, dude. Tony Khan. He's really balling out, man. He's really balling out with that Chicago Phil money. He's fucking donating to charity. He's fucking handing another 50 fucking thousand to Europe for using the Final Countdown.
God, I want to know how much he's paying for this shit.
I wonder, bro.
He said it was a contract level payment just to use the song. Dude, that's gotta be at least $1 million.
It's gotta be in the ballpark of 750,000 to $1 million.
I would say exactly. Damn, that's insane, man. That's insane. But I mean, shit's a vibe. This shit hits live, bruh. It's yelling the Final Countdown. It's really fucking awesome.
Oh,
I do love it. So if he can afford it just for pay-per-views, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But it is a very awesome theme song to use. It really is.
Yes. I remember, I love Born for Greatness. That's like probably my favorite song of his, to be honest.
Same.
But when he came into AEW, I remember hearing everybody saying, man, I wish he used Final Countdown. And I remember watching a video of him in Ring of Honor coming out to it. And just like the crowd staying completely silent until it says it's the Final Countdown and everybody just fucking screams it. It was pretty sick on the video, and getting to be a part of it today was one of the highlights of the night for sure. And speaking of highlight of the night, holy fuck.
Oh, man.
This strap match was incredible. I feared that Danielson was working hurt, and I still felt that during the match because that man, the gauze that were wrapped around his forearm were so damn thick.
Oh, yeah.
It really just made me think he's not 100%.
No, I don't think he was at all. Because, I mean, it's Bryan Danielson. I think he definitely wanted to do this, but it was one of the things where he's not fully healed yet, and he still did it anyway. And, that's a very commemorable thing to do. That is awesome that he's willing to do that. But the same situation with Cody, and the same situation with everybody else. No matter the company, please stop letting people do this. Tell people, get healed up and then come back. We will be fine. Not in a disrespectful way, but for your sake, we will be fine. Heal up, please.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that stuff going on.
Yeah. I mean, Cody even said it himself. He said, I always tell my students, you're always going to work hurt, but don't work injured.
Exactly.
Obviously, being a professional wrestler, you're going to work hurt. Don't fucking work injured, bro.
Please don't.
And once I seen those gauze, man, it really just made me think,
damn.
I don't think he's 100%. And we were all saying that to each other, and that really, really kind of scared me. Just for the man's safety, because you just can't do that, man. You can't fucking do that. And somehow, some way, with a half-broken forearm, this man put on match of the night.
Damn. Literally.
Fucking GOAT, bro.
They were fucking going nuts with that strap. Just fucking whack. You heard that? Oh, you heard that crack like this shit was already happening next to your head.
I love the pre-match promo that Danielson did for this strap match. He sent a little tribute to Bray.
Oh, yeah.
He said, the last time I was in a strap match, it was with somebody I loved.
Damn.
And we beat the shit out of each other. And yes, they did. That's one of my favorite strap matches. I love The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan. But, dude, this was way better than anything he would have done with Punk on this show.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Rusty Phil.
This was way better than any, like, Danielson, and God, watching Ricky Stark's promo from last night on Saturday night on Collision, it broke your heart, bro.
It really does.
He talked about how much Big Cass, William Morrissey means to him, and how he believes in him and stuff, and he talked about how he's tired of having to start from square one in AEW. He's tired of being knocked down the ladder. And after the match, people watching on TV didn't see this, but, like, Ricky was walking to the back, and Will ran up behind him and just gave him a huge hug and just was shaking his shoulders, and like, for right before they went through the curtain, you got to see a very real moment with those two. Mm-hmm. And I just know Will was ecstatic for him because, bro, this it was very cool to see, like, a very real moment with those guys. And the lights were out and they were showing a video package, like, no, you clearly could tell nobody was meant to see that, but they shared that moment, dude, and God, like, you hate to see, Ricky Starks was supposed to main event this show, dude. He was supposed to main event this for the Real World Championship, and is supposed to be in a huge spot on the show, obviously the main event, and who even fucking knows if he was supposed to win that? You know what I mean? We don't know, and now we'll never know.
No.
But man, dude, I mean, it's horrible to see. It's horrible to see. He said on Collision he wanted to cry.
Damn.
Because again, things are going so well. We're not gonna put you on Wembley, but dude, you're gonna be in the main event of fucking All Out. You're gonna be fighting for the World Championship. You're gonna be against their biggest star, CM Punk, and all that blows up in smoke. And what is he left with? Nothing. Well, fucking Bryan Danielson gave him something.
Yeah.
And this was probably one of his best, if not his best match in AEW. This was fantastic. I love this strap match. Strap matches in general, man, you put the right people in there, and it'll make a fucking banger, bro. It'll make a banger, dude. Sir K was saying we could hear them smacks like it was right next to us. I'll never forget this, but the first smack Danielson hit Starks with, when he was sitting up on maybe not the first one he gave him, but at least the
memorable one.
Oh, it was the one where he was sitting on the apron, or he was sitting on the top rope, and Danielson just smacked the shit out of him. Oh, God, it was horrible.
It literally sounded like someone clapped in my ear.
Yeah.
How loud that fucking was. Holy fuck.
Bro, Danielson ends up beating Ricky Starks with the yes lock, or the, what does he call it? The label lock.
Yeah.
And with the strap not tied around his face, tied around his neck.
Dude, fucking, I know Justin Roberts was in that bag, just fucking terrified, broke out PTSD.
I want to say Ricky passed out. Yes, he did. He didn't tap out.
No, yeah.
He held on for as long as he could. Yeah, he held on for a long time, and then his head was, being wrenched, and then it just dropped. Aubrey touched his hand, and she called the match off because
He was out.
Yeah, because he was out. So, yeah. Yeah, dude, but oh my god, this match was brutal as hell. It was amazing. This match had it all, bro. This match was really, really, really fucking good.
It was, man. It was fucking brutal as hell, man. With great moments, man. Match was just, it was a killer ass match. Definitely, I think was the match of the night for me, man. You just felt that shit, man. You really did, and I really think it was awesome. Sucks for Ricky, man. I mean, dude should have main evented, and Phil, lunged at the CEO and got himself fired. So it sucks to see, man. It really sucks to see for Ricky Starks' case, and I hope they don't Tony Khan him, dude. Do not Tony Khan Ricky Starks, man. Keep fucking pushing him, dude. For the love of God, please.
Yeah.
Keep pushing this man.
This is why we're in the predicament of, Punk was their only star. Because they give people 2-week pushes and don't follow up on anything.
Exactly, man. So you gotta follow up on it. Who knows if they will, man. But it was an awesome night nonetheless, man, for this match. And it was insane, dude. It really was. It was awesome.
Exactly, dude. What do we always say in wrestling, bro? We've said this since we started the podcast. It is all about the follow-up with everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about how you follow shit up. It really is.
So it makes moments, because it can be a moment in the moment, but are you going to remember the moment?
Exactly.
Not always. And I hope we remember this, man. I hope they keep up with Ricky, man. I really hope they do.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. And the next match. Fucking boring.
Bored fest. Why is this on the card?
I don't know if this was in a bad spot because it was right after the strap match. Not only was this match just incredibly fucking pointless, but it didn't further much.
No, it was pointless.
If Eddie was gonna get the match at Grand Slam for the ROH World Title, you would think he would have pinned Yuta, or he would have got a cheap win over Claudio or something, and Claudio could say it's a fluke. And then they do the thing again at Grand Slam, but just what this match is
pointless.
It was, bro. It was fucking pointless as fuck. Yeah, it was incredibly pointless. Yeah, I mean that's all I can really say on it, dude. It was incredibly pointless. Claudio pinned Eddie Kingston. And then they left.
Yeah, but that was about it, man. That was genuinely about it. It was the most pointless match on the card.
Yes. Yeah, that was that. I literally have nothing to say on that match. And the next match was Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita. This one was a banger.
Yeah?
This one was a banger. This was very good, man. This was very fucking good. I like this match a lot. I love the little, kind of callback or, retro-looking attire of Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
The green. I like it. I liked it a lot. I think this match was really good, man. I think this match was really good. You guys knew this was coming, bro, but the striking with these guys, bro. Brutal. Absolutely brutal, man. I mean, these are two Japanese trained stars, bro. So you know they're gonna hit hard.
They're gonna hit exactly.
And it was fantastic, bro. It was fantastic. I love this. Don Callis tried stabbing that man Kenny Omega in his fucking head with the screwdriver. Takeshita would then try to use it while he was in the. He would then try to use it while he was in. Golly. He would then try to use it while he was in the one-winged angel position. The ref caught it, man. And then he hit Omega with a Blue Thunder Bomb off the top rope, but fuck, for the life of me, I can't remember how this one ended. I can't remember what.
Screwdriver.
What?
When Don Callis went to go get the screwdriver, because Kenny Omega was getting a lot of offense, and he went to stab him, and he fucking jammed it in the ring apron, which was hilarious in itself, because he fucking went to stab him so hard that it pierced the fucking ring apron and was just standing in there. Like, how hard were you gonna stab this man, kayfabe wise? But it technically wasn't used, but it was a big part of like why the end happened.
But I thought once the ref took it out of Takeshita's hands, like, I thought we didn't see it after that, did we?
But that was basically the end of the match, right there. They reversed each other a bunch, and then Takeshita just won.
I can't remember for the life of me.
I don't remember what he used.
Because I don't think it was the Blue Thunder Bomb.
No.
I
don't think it was.
Yeah, I can't remember for the life of me how the fucking match ended.
But it was right after, from what I remember, when they tossed the fucking screwdriver.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. The section we were sitting in, like I said.
It was a V-trigger.
Oh, yeah, yes.
They were rolling each other up, and then he ended up hitting him with the V-trigger and won the match. That's what the fuck it was.
That's what it was. Yeah, I was probably, like I said, we were literally, our section was a show in the show, a show inside of a show. So
there was some drama unfolding. We were paying attention to. I can't lie.
Dude, that shit was juicy, bro. Sometimes it was a little more compelling than some of these storylines AEW got going on. But
well, you can tell a story like that.
That's what it was. He hit him with fucking V triggers, and Takeshita picks up the win against Omega. I absolutely seen this happening. I had a feeling Kenny was gonna put him over. And he did. And Takeshita looks great. He looks great, man. So right after this match, this one was amazing. I love this match. This was a very good match, very hard hitting. You got the story with Don and Omega. That was very good. That was very good, man. So Takeshita beats Omega in 22 minutes and 30 seconds as these guys damn near fucking ran out of the ring. So the lights go out. This was one of my favorite parts, and then AEW production ruined it. The lights go out for the Guns entrance, and you just see, I turned around because I kind of seen them in the corner of my eye, but I seen like a couple fireflies, and I turned around and there was just a fucking abundance of fucking fireflies in the crowd, and there was like, they started to get a "he's got the whole world in his hands" chant going throughout the arena, and then the Bullet Club intro just played and it completely fucking ruined it. But that was nice, and I'm glad I got to be a Firefly. I instantly fucking shut my video off and then turned my flash on my video. Just so I could have the little Firefly up. But yeah, man, very cool. I love seeing stuff like that. I love seeing wrestling fans just
come together like that.
For sure, bro. It was very nice to see. It was very nice to see, man. So that would lead us into the next match: Bullet Club Gold versus FTR and the Young Bucks. This was about as rowdy of CM Punk shit as we got.
Mm-hmm.
Hangman kind of got it. Kenny didn't really get it.
Not really much.
Yeah, not really too much, but people just hate the Bucks about this situation, man.
It's like, why the Bucks specifically? I don't understand why people, because
I don't get it either.
CM Punk's friends are teaming with them tonight. Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah, the Bucks, man. That people hate the Bucks about this CM Punk stuff, bro. I don't know why. Considering, I mean, they weren't the only fucking members of the Elite involved in this. They were teaming with FTR. FTR looks... They look sad.
They do.
I don't know if anybody...
Look disappointed.
Or there was a point in the match where Matt was standing on the apron and Dax is standing in the corner, in his team's corner, and Matt's just eating this shit up and the crowd's chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, and fucking Dax is just standing there like this.
Yeah. They're definitely... obviously they're bummed.
He's just standing there. They're another... I feel very bad for them in this situation, too, because on Dax's podcast, he vouched for CM Punk. He was pretty much CM Punk's way of communication.
With the fans.
With the fans. He was letting the fans know Punk wants to come back. He wants to do good. He da-da-da-da, all this. And it didn't work out. FTR, a huge... I remember when the whole contract stuff was going on with FTR. Dax specifically mentioned, if Punk is back, we would love to be involved with AEW.
And he's gone.
And now he's gone, and FTR is still here. And Dax even said it himself. During this contract renewal season for them, he said it himself. The next thing we do is going to be the last full-time gig we have. After that, we'll probably slip into just part-time shit. I'm assuming. But yeah, that's what he said. He said after this contract, this will probably be the last full-time thing we ever do. And here it is. And it's not panning out. Right now, it's not panning out how I'm sure they assumed it would. But hopefully it gets better.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Definitely. So... This match was really fun. Still don't really care for Bullet Club Gold. I care for Switchblade.
Yeah. That's about it.
Still don't really care for Bullet Club Gold. We did get the entrance, though. We did get the entrance of all four of them, standing back to back to back to back to back. And, the spin around, although it fucked up my little Bray Wyatt tribute, or the Bray Wyatt tribute they had going on. The little teeny Bray Wyatt tribute they had going on. I still just don't care for this group, man. I really don't care for this group. There was a lot of kind of callbacks to the DIY and the Revival days. There was Matt helping Dax do the Spike Pile Driver. There was Nick helping Dax do the Shatter Machine. Mm-hmm. There was Dax helping Matt do the BTE Trigger. Also, I don't know if anybody caught this, but during the BTE Trigger, when they yell, BTE Trigger, when Matt did it, Dax just looks at his
watch.
It's clobbering time.
Yeah.
Damn. God. I feel for them, man. I feel for FTR.
Definitely.
The ending sequence was really cool. There was so much going on. If you fucking blinked, you missed a bunch of it. All I remember is just a bunch of people being in the ring. People getting pushed out of the ring. Cash got fucking Blade Runnered. And then Colton pinned him. Yes. That could be what we're looking at for the foreseeable future. Some sort of Guns and FTR revisiting. Damn. Because Colton picked up the victory against AEW World Tag Team Champion Shrap Wheeler.
Damn. That sucks to see, man. And it really sucks for FTR, man. They came back with their friend, man, and their friend is no longer here. And that really sucks for them, man. I know it does. So, I hope there's no heat on them backstage either. I really hope not. I don't think there is.
No.
But I really hope not.
Yeah.
sucks to see for them, man, and I hope they could have a good last. What I feel is probably going to be a good last run in AEW, because I don't know if they'll want to do their full contracts. I really don't blame them. If CM Punk doesn't ever come back, to AEW, I could see them like halfway through the contract asking, to go. And I would hope Tony Khan would give it to them, man, because it's just what they want, man. No hard feelings. It's just how it is. But, it sucks to see, man, but I hope they do well in this company still, man. Definitely.
Definitely, bro. Yeah, and like I said, man, this match was really fun. I enjoyed it, but I don't know if you guys caught it on TV. Maybe I'm just seeing shit, but yeah, I don't know. FTR looked incredibly bummed. They looked incredibly bummed. And I understand their frustration.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah, man. And then, so this match went 21 minutes and 35 seconds. And in the main event of the show, for the International Championship, Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. So Orange Cassidy's held this championship for 326 days, they said. I don't really know about that, because Grand Slam wasn't in the beginning of October last year, and another 30 days you'd be at like 360, and you'd have like a whole nother like almost week to go. So I think that day is incorrect. I would actually like to see if I can get a stat on that, because 326 days just doesn't sound right to me.
October 12th.
Wait a minute. Did Orange Cassidy win at Grand Slam?
I guess not. I guess it was at a Dynamite.
I thought he won. Oh no! Pac cheated at Grand Slam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an idiot. Okay, that day is right. I don't know why I thought he won it at Grand Slam. I guess that would have been a good place to do it. I'm dead. I don't know. Now I remember that. Now I remember Pac used the hammer, and that was when he started the hammer shit. Yes, you're right. I do remember that now. I don't know why I always thought he won it at Grand Slam. Okay, I'm looking at the fucking All-In card. Okay. Damn. Okay, cool. Got it. I really always thought he won that title at Grand Slam for some reason. Okay, so 326 days into his run, and now they want to have him cut promos and
have a feeling again.
Yeah.
It's like you're doing all this now at the end of it? Making them interesting at the end of it?
What the fuck were you doing the whole title reign?
I didn't give a fuck that whole fucking title reign. Literally that whole fucking title reign until literally this Wednesday, where he cut a really good and interesting promo. And there was a really fun and interesting video package where he talked. And now that's it. At literally the last week of his reign, of damn near a year, is when he's finally interesting. What the fuck, AEW? You couldn't have put this man in front of a mic the whole time, and you really could have genuinely had a legendary reign? Come on, guys.
So, Orange did put up a little bit of a fight. But I kind of felt like this man just got fucking bulldogged out there.
I really think he did. I mean, I think he put more of a fight last Sunday than he did this Sunday. And it's like...
It was a good match.
It was a good-ass match.
It was a really good match. I enjoyed the hell out of this. I enjoyed the hell out of this match. But 326 days for this man to get dog walked?
Like, he really should have been real close to fucking winning, man, and he's didn't. There was some spots where, you know, he got up from, you know, getting brutalized and was getting hype, and then at the end he just went to do his little pocket thing and just flipped him off and lost. I thought he was gonna kick out there.
John Moxley didn't even bleed.
That's how you know it was a cakewalk. John Moxley didn't bleed. Either we're in a parallel dimension, or he got dog walked. And I think he got dog walked.
Like, it was good. Orange Cassidy did get a little bit of offense in, but in terms of like, in terms of like struggle, this was a 100% more of a struggle for Orange Cassidy.
Oh yeah.
Than it was John Moxley. Like, you didn't really see John Moxley stress too much.
No.
During this. Now, Orange did get some offense in that did, you know, wear him down and you know,
shock him, but
definitely, like, I mean, by the end of the match, I mean, he was pretty beat the hell up, but like how he looked compared to how Orange Cassidy looked, I mean, he was fucking punching his face, he's
biting him and shit.
Yeah, like, and Orange Cassidy like put up a great fight. Like he put, I mean, in terms of like when he did get offense, like he tried. Yeah. He was biting him back, and he was, you know, like he
was really trying.
But like, man, yeah, it seemed like it did seem like very cakewalk for John Moxley. He hit him with a Death Rider. Orange Cassidy kicked out. He then went to put his hands in his pockets. He flipped him off. John Moxley fucking gave him another Death Rider, and that was it. That was it. In 19 minutes and 50 seconds, Orange Cassidy gets a standing ovation. Yeah, dude. I mean, you had fucking great matches. It's a shame I don't fucking remember any of them. And it's a fucking shame that your last match with the championship is probably your most memorable match. Yeah. But yeah, congratulations to all those bangers that I'll never remember.
No, exactly, all those bangers, quote unquote.
Yeah,
and
forgot
classic,
to use those.
Classic New Japan fan banger where you don't remember the match a month after it happened, but it was a fucking 8-star match. Don't know how that's possible, but apparently it is. But yeah, man, I mean, it has been this like past week since Sunday of seeing Orange Cassidy, you know, care in the ring and his character, and it's really good when he does.
Oh,
it's when he's actually like the spot tonight where he was doing his little stupid kicks, and then like 3 in, he just started kicking his ass for real. That was really awesome. Shit like that is what I want to see more from Orange Cassidy, and I hope we do, man. And I hope we do. But Mox is the new international champion, and you know, it is actually really cool to see all the Shield men, all 3 of them, hold gold in all their respective areas.
Yeah.
That's really awesome, but...
And then fucking Mr. Selfless, Bryan Danielson, doesn't want to fucking win anything, even though everybody wants to see him win something.
Literally everybody in the company, as a wrestler, wants to see that man win, and he's just, nah, I'm good, it's all you guys. You fucking humble asshole. Take the fucking title.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Gotta love him.
I swear to God. But,
like Punk. He didn't want the title. He just wanted the GM spot.
I guess so. He didn't want the title. But he came back with it because he never lost it.
That's right.
So, but he didn't want the fucking title. I don't know how much I believe that one. But, it's interesting. He did not need to beat Orange Cassidy. I really think, can't believe I'm saying this, that Orange Cassidy should have went over tonight. Yeah,
Mox didn't need it.
No.
Mox is a made man. It was cool.
It was cool. It was a cool moment.
It was cool. It was really cool, though, dude. It felt like... I don't know. It just felt like It just felt... I don't know. Like, imagine, like, a superhero movie, right? But, like, the fucking villain just gets away with it, and you fucking hate him for it. But, like, he just seems like Mox looks more like a badass because, like, Orange Cassidy's a fan favorite. he walked in there and fucking dog walked him, and he's like the badass of AEW. And he is, but in terms of the championship, I do agree with Logan on that point. If there was anybody to, take the title from Orange, I don't think it was Jon Moxley. And another thing that really sucks about this, just as I start off the past week alone to kind of warm up to the fucking guy, he loses the championship.
And he's probably just going to hang out with the best friends now.
Yeah.
It's like a mainstay thing he's doing on TV. And I hate them with a passion. So,
and Statlander's back with him too.
Yeah.
She was like done appearing with him, and she just appeared with him in the entrance. In the Goldberg-esque entrance, mind you.
That scared me. You mentioned that, and that's scary. That was a very Goldberg entrance. That's scary. But, yeah, man, I mean, I really didn't think that needed to happen. But, I mean, it did. And whoever will beat Moxley will look really good. And maybe they're doing it because they want a babyface to be, the next big win with the international.
Yeah.
So maybe they're doing that, man. But
also, Orange got the standing O after the match. He got the standing O. He got the thank you, Orange. Orange Cassidy's been training to be a producer. Could he want to slow down? Is the storyline of his body breaking down really a thing?
Yeah.
I will say, though, we said it on Friday, but there's really nobody better to break the body of Orange Cassidy and break the mind of Orange Cassidy than Jon Moxley. But in saying that, again, I do agree with Logan in saying Jon Moxley didn't necessarily need this. But Jon Moxley's a guy that's going to take the international championship, and defend it in a bunch of different companies. I don't know why they need that done, but...
I don't know why it's the international title. I really don't. All Atlantic was fine. You could have done US or IC or anything.
Yeah.
But it's all national. He's going to take it all national. Or all dude,
international.
I always call this fucking title all national, bro. I swear to God. Why did they change its name, bro? Why did they change it? How do you change a title's name? You shouldn't be allowed to do that. But
what was it called?
The Internet.
An All Atlantic.
The All Atlantic. And now it's an international, so I always call it the All National.
It's starting...
I'm starting to say international.
Me too. I'm just there, though.
Just starting.
Yeah.
Literally tonight.
Yeah.
But, Jon Moxley definitely didn't need this man, but whoever is going to beat him is going to look really good. So, there's that. But it wasn't bad, man. It wasn't a decision I would have made, but it's not a bad decision either.
Well, I mean, what do we always say, man? I guess end shit while it's good.
That is true.
I don't know about a weekend, but
you're good for a week and you lose, but I mean, you're good for a week, man.
316 days were complete fucking misery, but the last 10
were fucking really good, actually.
Were really good.
Respect, I guess.
Yeah. So OC, maybe they move him up. Maybe they move him up to the TNT Championship, if you consider that up. I would actually consider the International Championship
upright.
Probably more prestigious than the team. Yes, the TNT title is being held by somebody good, but I mean, we're talking like the past 2 years. That title looked like shit before Christian had it.
Like 2 years straight, so.
Mm-hmm. And they had great potential. Samoa Joe held it. Wardlow held it. You had those guys. Darby had a decent little run with it. You had those guys.
And you still failed.
And it wasn't the rain that failed. It was the flip-flopping that failed. Mm-hmm. And honestly, man, if I could say anything about Orange Cassidy, he was booked as a strong champion. And that is the model for what you should want to do
with everybody.
Book him like a strong champion. Book him like a fucking strong champion. If I could say anything about him, he was booked like a strong champion. He had an undefeated record, while he was champion. That's how shit should be done. The part where they went wrong is the memorable matches part. I'll say that. But other than that, again, if I could say anything about Orange Cassidy, he was booked as a strong champion. If I could say anything. So,
Exactly.
props to him and props to a fucking fantastic final 10 days as international champion.
I swear to God, these 10 days were better than his last damn near year. Fucking what the fuck. But, dang, good for Orange Cassidy, man. I hope he does move up on the card. He's not bad. I've shit on him a lot.
We've given him a lot of shit.
I give the man a lot of shit. But he's really one of those cases where he himself is good. It's just what they do with him that fucks him. Because this past 10 days...
Gotta have him care.
Where he's talked and he's cared and we got to see more of him. He's great. Please don't go back to just doing the same old shit. And I feel like they will, so I feel like everything we're saying is going to be null and void. But I hope they move up Orange Cassidy. And I hope they do well with whoever beats Jon Moxley for this title, man. I hope they do.
Definitely. Definitely, man. So, yeah. As for Mox, I don't fucking know who. I don't know who you have him beat. I don't know who beats Mox. Maybe Wheeler.
Keith Lee would be really good.
Keith Lee. Yeah, Keith Lee would be very good.
Swerve, maybe I could see. I feel like he needs more than the TNT title thing, though, so maybe not him.
Yeah, there's a ton you could do with it, but I really hope they don't just throw the title on Moxley to have him fucking defend the damn thing across the globe and just to say it's prestigious because he defends it everywhere and it's not fucking prestigious. That's what they did with Orange Cassidy. They put him in fucking meaningless matches all the goddamn time, and then you want to shove it in our face that he's a prestigious champion when he's not. And it's just simply matches, just random fucking matches. And I hope they don't think the work is finished here by putting the title on one of your biggest names.
No, exactly. It doesn't instantly make it forever prestigious. You have to keep up with the title, Tony Khan.
Exactly. Look at all the people that held the TNT championship. All the big names that held it, and their reign fucking sucked. Sammy Guevara, Samoa Joe,
Wardlow.
Yeah, and it's not that it's not that the reign sucked, but it was the dealing of the championship, the flip-flopping, the fucking shit that doesn't mean anything that you do on a constant week basis. But Orange loses the title, and it's crazy that the fucking reign is finally fucking over. It's finally over. And again, I hope we could see him move up, and I hope we could see him care about what he's doing, because when he's on, he's on. But sure, he can care in his matches, but having him cut promos and talk about how he was the guy that was too skinny, and he was the guy that couldn't cut a promo, and he was the guy that was too short, that's fucking amazing.
That's the shit I want to see from the guy.
It's amazing, and it clicks. It clicks with people, because that is what AEW is.
Exactly. What I got from the Orange Cassidy character that I think would be better is it's not that he doesn't care. He doesn't care what people think. He's not going to try too hard to be something he's not. He's just going to be him, and he's going to try.
Yeah, not that he just doesn't care in life. what kind of...
Bro, what? Like, that's where he cares about himself and his future and his career, but he doesn't care what people think of him. He's not going to be some gimmick, some cosplayer, and he's just going to be himself. That's
Exactly.
cool, Orange Cassidy. That's what we got for the last 10 days, and I hope that's what we keep getting, because we probably won't. So, we'll remember these 10 days as the time he was good.
I will remember these 10 days for a long time to come.
They will stick with me, man.
Yep, to AEW's Roman Reigns, so they say.
Fuck.
He's been Roman Reigns for the past 10 days. I don't know about the other fucking 316 of them. But yeah, man. So Jon Moxley fucking bulldogs Orange Cassidy tonight, and he takes the International Championship. Crazy to think. And I love the last spot where Orange was gonna do his gimmick, but then he realized, like, yeah, I'm gonna lose. And then he just said, fuck you. And then Moxley hit him with the Death Rider, and that was it. pretty sick, bro.
Really awesome.
Pretty sick. And I love that Mox got another main event in All Out. And the promo Orange cut on Mox too, I really liked, man. When he told him, you know, Mox is the guy who picked AEW up when it was down, and I'm going to be the guy to take that burden off your shoulders and put it on my own.
That's really awesome.
Where the fuck was that for the past fucking 326 days?
Yeah, what the fuck? God damn it.
It was great, bro. The main event was great. I love it. Moxley wins. I hope we follow up with both of these guys. I hope we fucking follow up with both of them, man. So
I hope so. I really hope so.
It was a great thing to see. The card looked so atrocious, but the matches made for a pretty good show. I don't know if I'm taking it to the extent that some of these AEW fans are taking it, but
God, no.
The show was very good.
It was a fun show.
The show was very good for what it was. I love the live experience, so shout out to my pops again for that.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thanks to him. We got an AEW freebie, so
awesome to see, man.
Love to see it. You really fucking love to see it, man. And it was a great experience, man. It was a great experience. Yeah. So with that, man, that is gonna do it for this edition of the Notorious Deals podcast. All Out 2023 review, plus the little bit of CM Punk sprinkle we gave to you guys. I'm sure we'll learn more by Friday. I'm sure we'll learn a little bit more. We definitely got this whole Regal story to go over with you guys. That is just fucking something.
It's hilarious, bro. I'm sorry.
So we definitely got that to go over with you guys, and then hopefully by then we learn some sort of
track details.
Some sort of no compete. I know Tony Khan's pretty ruthless with him, so
who knows? It might be like the rest of his remainder of what his contract was going to be, you know, with Tony Khan.
Maybe.
3 years.
Maybe, bro. I don't know, but we'll see.
3 fucking years.
We'll see, man. We'll see. That guy's reaching tribal chief numbers with his no compete, maybe, bro. So
that's insane. God damn.
Yeah. So with that is gonna do it, man, for the All Out review. So as for the All Out review, we'll see you guys next year. We'll see you guys on the other side, man. So again, man, with that is gonna do it for this edition of the Notorious Deals podcast. Another great edition of the All Out review. And this has been your All Out 2023 review. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure, always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
Nice, okay.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Deals podcast. Thank you guys so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys tomorrow night for Notorious Unscripted.
Peace.
I used to get pills on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is